Hey everyone, so the other day in the POD Ninjas Facebook group, somebody made this post right here. You can see that they say that they've been running Facebook ads for 1 month, but still no purchases. They linked the store down below. They basically said, if you can take a look at my website and share with me your thoughts about what keeps the visitors from purchasing from my website. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to jump in, we're going to take a look at this store and try and come up with some reasons why they may not have any sales. And if you get something out of this, please drop a like on the video. We'll jump into it right after this. Alright guys, what's up? My name is Joe Robert, founder of PODninjas.com. You are now entering a guru-free zone. I make videos here on my channel where I help people to start, grow, and scale print-on-demand stores on Shopify. And all of this content here on the YouTube is free. The only thing I need from you is either a like, a comment, or for you to subscribe to this video. That's all I need in exchange for this free content. And if you want some more free stuff, check out the links down in the description. I have my free step-by-step Shopify course. Also, make sure to check out the POD Ninjas Facebook group where the post that I have on the screen right now was made. We're going to be taking a look at this store today. And as we're looking at this store, I want you guys to let me know down in the comments some of the things that you think might be holding them back from making sales. We're going to be looking at a total of 7 different things about this store today. The first is going to be the domain and the logo. We'll then take a look at the home page, look and feel. We'll also assess some of the product pages on the store. We'll then move on to product choices, niche choices, design, quality, and then I'll give an overall opinion about why I think this store may not be making any sales at all. So here is the store, blankster.com. I'm just going to quickly scroll through it and then we will take a look at some more things in depth. So this is the store. You can see that they have a bunch of different types of products, whether it's t-shirts, hoodies, leggings, various things like that. We'll scroll all the way back up to the top here. And like I said, I'm just scrolling through because I want you all to sort of take it in a little bit and comment down below what you think this store could be doing better. Now, the first thing, right, that we're going to look at is the domain name and the logo. Now, this domain is good for a couple of reasons. One, it is short. I really do prefer domain names that are a little bit shorter. I find that when they're a shorter domain name, maybe less than 10 letters or something like that, they tend to look better on a store. They're easier to remember and stuff like that. In terms of the actual domain, Blankster, right? They sort of made up a word here, right? Which is not always bad. Honestly, I don't really think that this is a bad made up word, but sometimes when people do create their own word for a domain name, it can get a little bit interesting, right? You want to make sure that your domain is easy to pronounce, easy to spell, and if you're making up a word, sometimes it's not. In terms of their logo, I do think it's nice. It's clean. You can see it on the screen right now. It's clean, right? I think overall it's stylish. You can see they did a little effect there with their X cutting through the bottom leg of the X. And overall, I do think it is nicely done and it's clean and it looks good on the store. The next thing that we're going to assess is the homepage look and feel. And as we scroll through, honestly, the homepage, it honestly feels very nice. This is a really well done store in my opinion. For me, it might have a little bit too much. I like to make homepages sort of read like a brochure, maybe have a couple of best-selling products, a couple of featured collections or something like that. This store has, maybe over 10 places that somebody can click and go to. I really do like to have a really solid header at the top, which this store has. They did a good job with this. The product images look good. The copy that they have written here all looks good as well. As we scroll down, we can see some really nice images here where someone can click in. They can go to men's, they can go to women's, they can go to accessories, and then they have a new arrivals section down here, and then another image with men's new arrivals, right? Overall, I think that would have been enough, right? I don't think they needed to go and then show bestsellers for each of the different genders. I do think this mission statement is something that's good to include. I think the image that they used is a little bit off, right? It doesn't really match the rest of the store. You can see that it's just a t-shirt with an avocado on it. The rest of the store kind of has a different vibe than that, right? If we scroll back up, these images here, they sort of match, right? And then down here, like I said, they had that avocado shirt. They also have some testimonials here. I think the testimonials are always good to have. However, these ones just seem super fake, right? And we know they're fake because the person said they had no sales. We'll just kind of go through one of the different reviews that they have here. This one says, I bought the Waits Before Dates hoodie. The quality is just perfect. My friends liked it, so they ordered it as well. I have even received many compliments on the outfit from strangers in the gym. I definitely recommend. So, like I said, I think testimonials are good. I do think these read as if they were made up, right? I think that they do seem a little bit fake, which could be a negative thing because maybe your customers are thinking the same thing, right? The landing page is not over yet, right? The homepage continues. They then have 2 more blocks down here. Sometimes what I think happens if your homepage has too much stuff on it, people land on the homepage, they scroll through the entire thing, and there's just too many options. They get overwhelmed and they just leave and they don't end up purchasing. I really like a homepage to be streamlined. It should read like a brochure. They land on the page, they see a little bit about your brand, and then they have a couple of different places that they can go. But most times when you are running a Facebook ad, you're not going to be sending them to the homepage anyway, so it's not necessarily a major factor for this person here with their no sales. So the next thing we're going to look at is product page brand. Now, like I said earlier, when you're running any sort of an ad, most times people are going to be landing on your product page. They're going to be clicking that ad and coming to your product page. So it's very important to make sure that you are including vital information about the store, the product, and anything else that you would want to showcase to your potential customer. Because if that's where they're landing, there's a good chance that that may be the only page that they even visit on your store. So here is one of the product pages. I just clicked on one of the best sellers here on the store. I think overall, it's lacking any sort of a branded feel, right? When we were on that homepage before, it really felt like we were visiting a brand, right? There was a whole bunch of different images that were showing people wearing the products. There was an About Us section. And as we land here, we don't really see that anywhere, right? We'll kind of just scroll through and show you what's here. Again, there's not much here, honestly. There's not. One of the things that I noticed is they basically used right here the exact description from the print-on-demand app. That is, in my opinion, a big no-no because the description is a huge place for you to be able to convey anything about your brand that you want. You can even add descriptions. You can even add images down into the description as well, and it's a great place it's a great bit of real estate that you should not neglect, right? You shouldn't just use the generic description from the print-on-demand app. Now, another thing that I see here is this real-time visitors countdown. This is something that I think worked very well, maybe back in like 2016, but nowadays I think most consumers see this stuff and they kind of have alarm bells going off in their head, right? They see it as sort of a scam. So I think that this might be hurting your store more than you think. In terms of product images, I think stuff like this is good. This probably should have been your default image. You can see when the page loaded, I'll just refresh it here. When the page loads, that's not the default image. Something like this would be very strong here on your product page. Another thing you could do is you could have added your logo or something like that to the bottom right corner of the product image. That would just help overall with your product page brand. So like I said, I think this page is lacking a little bit, but again, I'm not sure it is the actual cause here for why this person is not making any sales. So the next thing that we're going to look at is product choices here on this store to see if this person is picking products that are going to actually sell. So as you guys saw, when we scrolled through, we saw a lot of t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, even some sports bras and leggings. I think overall, they have some mugs on here as well. I think overall, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs are some of the worst products you can pick, mainly because they are so saturated. The amount of people that are selling those types of products, especially in a niche like this that we'll talk about in a little bit, it's truly overwhelming. I don't think it's going to be very easy to create things that are going to sell. You'd be much better off checking out some of the products that I recommend. You guys can check out a video on my channel called the Top 50 Print-on-Demand Products, where I walk you through some of the best sellers that you should sell instead of t-shirts. So the next thing that we are going to assess is the niche choice, okay? You can see here that this store, I'll just kind of scroll through some of the designs. I'm inside of the men's collection right now. The niche choice that they have is sort of just this motivational fitness style niche, right? And the problem with this is that this has been done so many times, right? Think of how many hoodies exist right now with similar quotes to what you are seeing here on this store, right? This idea that you are just going to create something like this and have a whole bunch of people buy it is probably not going to be something that comes to reality. And the proof is that this person has been trying and running Facebook ads for a little while and not making any sales at all. You can see here back in the POD Ninjas Facebook group that someone named Kevin actually commented and said this same exact thing. He said that people have seen these phrases 2.7 million times. I'd be surprised if it was actually that many times, but it's true. What you are doing on this store is you are just recycling things that have been done so many times before. If you go on Amazon or even Pinterest or Redbubble or any of these other places that are selling t-shirts and you type in funny t-shirts for people who work out or something like that, you are likely going to get tens of thousands of results, perhaps even hundreds of thousands of results, and you are basically trying to compete with them, which is going to give you not so great results. The same thing is true here in the women's collection, right? You have a shirt here that says hustle for that muscle. You also have some leggings on here that you just made a solid color. You are selling print-on-demand products and your design is just one color, right? That kind of brings me to my next thing that I want to talk about, which is the design quality. You know, overall, these designs are okay. They're clean in the sense that they don't look amateurish, but they're just lacking a little bit, right? The idea, again, here's a t-shirt that says, I don't sweat, I sparkle, and it's literally just text, right? And the text, honestly, is not even that great. There's probably some much better fonts that you could have chosen. There's probably some better effects that you could have put onto the text. This is the result of someone, in my opinion, who is starting print on demand, is maybe not that strong of a designer, and they're just going to try to create as many different things as they can. And what they should have done is created a store with a really streamlined product catalog full of high profit products that are a little bit more unique for their niche, and then actually worked with a designer to make them something that would actually be something that would stand out and get somebody to be interested in it. I think overall, that's probably the biggest thing that is holding this store back from having any sort of success at all. If you're running an ad for this store and you're getting engagement, maybe you're even getting people coming to the store and checking things out, that might be because some of your phrases on your shirts and things like that could be funny. Maybe someone is clicking the like button, they're tagging their friend in it, because overall your niche is definitely passionate, right? You're selling to people who love to work out, people who love fitness, but what you're doing is you're creating some of the most generic designs that I have ever seen. Like I said, if you go on Amazon or Redbubble, you're likely going to see exactly what you are doing here on Blankster done over and over again. So my biggest tip to you would be try to do something different besides just t-shirts and hoodies that have simple motivational quotes on them, and maybe consider a different product and also potentially hiring a designer to help you out. So like I said, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. At the beginning, I told you that this is completely free content. However, in exchange, all I need from you is either you to like, comment on the video, or subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.